All right, so here it says, write the function as a set of ordered pairs, give the domain and range of f. All right, so if we're going to have a set of ordered pairs, we're going to have to go ahead and we're going to have to make, a set notation. So that's going to be kind of the sideways bird or however you want to look at it. And ordered pairs are going to be the x, y ordered pairs. So x here is A, then y is S. Then the next one, x is B, y is Q. And then the next one we have X is C, and then P, and then the next one is D and S. And then we close out our set, and so that's going to be the set of ordered pairs. So that's the first piece. Now we're supposed to find the domain and the range. All right, so the domain, well, that's going to be what? That's going to be the set of all X's. So that's going to be A, B, C, and D. And the range, well, that's going to be all the y's. So that's going to be the S, Q, and then we have the P. And we already have S in here, so then that's all we have to have. Okay. So notice we have two S's, and so then that's why we just put it in one time. All right, let's go to the next one. Graph using 3 points. All right, so it doesn't matter which 3 points we're going to use. We're just going to pick 3 points. And so let's pick, maybe one on the left side, one on the right side, and then zero. So f of 0 is going to be our first one. So that's going to be 2 times 0. So that's 0. So that's a point 0, 0. So that's going to be our 1 point. Now let's do maybe f of a negative 2. And let's do on the other side f of a positive 2, just to make it simple. Well, negative 2, that's going to give us 2 times negative 2, which is equal to a negative 4. So a negative 2, negative 4. Now if we do a positive 2, we get a positive 4, so we get 2, 4. So negative 2, negative 4, and positive 2, positive 4. And now the impossible to draw a straight line on a computer without a ruler. And again, that's something looks like that. Okay. Again, we're just choosing 3 points. They're arbitrary. It doesn't matter where you choose them. Just make sure that it fits within its domain and the range. Now, what about this one? All right, so here we have to have what we know is we have to do x plus 6 has to be either greater than or equal to 0. So that's the only values we can do. So that means x has to be greater than or equal to a negative 6. All right, so our first point should be a negative 6. So f of a negative 6 is equal to what? Well, it's the square root of a negative 6 plus 6, which is the square root of 0, so it's 0. So we get negative 6, 0. So that's going to be our first point. Now, this we can do this two ways. We can plug in some more points, or we can think about what does the square root function look like originally? Well, the original square root function looks something like that. Again, just in a general form. And then when we have this plus 6, what does that mean? Well, that means we're going to have x minus a minus 6. So we're going to go left 6 points. So we'll start over here at negative 6. Well, that's that point we just found. And it's going to do the same kind of thing. It's going to be going like that. And so really that's what it's going to look like. So if we want to do some points, we could do f of 0, and that's going to be the square root of 6. And maybe we do the f of, I don't know, what's another one? We could do 6, and that's going to be the square root of, 6 plus 6, or the square root of 12. Okay. Now, again, this is just going to be general because I'm bad at freehanding. And the square root of 6, if we do that on our calculator, we're going to get about 2.4 or something like that. So that's approximately 2.45. And the square root of 12 is going to be about 3.46. So again, it's nothing I can do very good. So 0, 245, so somewhere in here, and 6 is going to be 3.45 or 46, so somewhere in that vicinity. So again, freehanding this is going to look something like that. Okay. So that's what it is. But what we can do is if we recognize the square root, that's the first one here, and then we have this plus 6, that's going to be x minus a minus 6. We move it left 6 points, and we have the square root some graph again. All right, let's stop there and we'll come back for some more.